I want to talk about in this particular video is Dayporter. You know, is there money to be made in Dayporter type of cleaning? You know, a lot of people ask me a lot about, you know, Dayporter. Can they make a fortune with Dayporter? And the absolute truth is, man, is that it's a lot of money to be made in Dayporter. However, I'm one to say that I prefer evening cleaning opposed to just Dayporter accounts. Now, like I said, it's a lot of money to be made in Dayporter, you guys. It's just at the end of the day, the difference is that I guess I don't like the notion of having to work behind people on a consistent or on a regular basis, in terms of, you know, the minute I clean something, having somebody like F it up essentially. Okay, I'm not a big fan of that idea. I don't really like that idea, which is why I prefer the evening cleaning, because I can get in there by myself, get it done for a fraction of the time, and still get paid an extremely good pay. You know, day porters, you know, you can kind of break the pay down a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's like you clean up, they fuck up. You clean up, they fuck up. That type of thing. So you have to definitely have patience, because a lot of times it almost seems like people just mess up things on purpose just so you can clean up. But I have found day porter jobs to be, or contracts and sites to be, extremely profitable. It definitely keep you busy. If you're the one that feel important by having a lot of work or having a huge workload in terms of going to work every single day, most day porter accounts are everyday accounts, you know, where you go in maybe Monday through Friday, some of them even Monday through or Sunday through Saturday. Okay, so it'll definitely keep you busy if you're just one of those type of people that like to stay busy and like the whole notion of, you know, just working in a day. Because I know when I first got my day porter account, I know in the very beginning I was feeling like I guess I was feeling more important than I was, in the regard of, you know, I have this contract and here it is, I get to clean it every single day and it's all for me. Like I'm not working for a company. So you can make an extremely lot of money with that if you have good accounts. I still lean towards the medical facilities and nursing facilities. They have a dialysis center, a contract that we have actually. It's a around the clock type of building where they open around the clock. It's a dialysis place, and we do day porter and evening cleaning there. We know it's not a third shift there, but we do day porter in the day, and then we have evening cleaning. That's one of my 5-day-a-week accounts, and it's a pretty sizable building, but it pays handsomely. So I would suggest that you guys, if you know, you feel like you will want to do a day porter job, like if you work at night, because, you know, some of my subscribers actually work at night. If you work at night and you want to kind of build yourself a little momentum, then target some day porter accounts, like nursing homes, a lot of medical type facilities. You can even pick up school accounts, you know, dealing with schools, middle schools, elementary schools, high schools, that type of thing. That'll be a good day porter type of situation for you. So it's plants, right? So, or industrial buildings. So it's a lot of money to be made in the day porter, only if you just, you know, the same thing as I say with any other account. You just take action, you just target those particular buildings, and eventually you will start landing those particular accounts. Okay. Let me see what else I gotta ask. I had received an email. Somebody had asked me something. About employees. One of my subscribers had emailed me, and what he was saying was that he have employees, but he has a high turnover rate with his employees. So he was asking me what was he doing wrong, or do I have any suggestions to help him, once he hire an employee, help him be able to retain that employee. And I know a lot of you guys are early on. I've been doing it for some time now, so I'm coming from a more early on state when I explain this to you guys. What I did, like I said in many other videos, is I worked each account for 30 to 60 days. because I want to essentially know what to do for myself, so that way when I bring somebody in, I'll be able to train them as to what to do. That's not, excuse me, that's number one. Number two was, I wanted to be very precise in terms of what to do. That way, when I brought somebody in, I could train them, very precisely as to what to do. Now, some people have a motive when they fill out an application with you. When you hire them in, some already have a motive that they're not going to stay. Okay, they're just there to get a paycheck. They're just there to get some Jordans. They're there to get, whatever. I don't know, their hair done, or whatever the case is. So some already come in with a motive. But the best way I could tell you to be able to maintain a specific staff member, a specific employee, is to be more proactive with that employee. Okay? Make sure you let the employee know that the door is open in case he or she needs you. You let them know that, hey, you don't have to be afraid to contact me. You don't have to be afraid to call me, to text me. And these are ways that you could let the employee, these are ways that you can let the employee feel comfortable with contacting you without any question. Okay, in the very on, it was very personable with me and an employee. Not too personable, like I didn't want to know what they did last night, or what they have planned for the weekend, or anything like that. But it was a real more close relationship early on when I first started, because I had to fill them out. Because you remember now, when you hire these employees, and I'm talking about people that you don't know, when you hire these people, you don't know how they're going to turn out. Like, you can background check them all day. You can swab them up and everything with for a drug test or whatever. But just because you do that, don't mean that they are really upfront and honest person. They're a stand-up person. Okay, so you have to give them a chance. And since I'm on the talk of employee, there's a background company that I use, okay, to handle my background, and I also make all of my employees pass what we call a police clearance. Okay, you can ask them to get a police clearance. Okay, if they can get a police clearance, that just states that they don't have any warrants for their arrest, or they don't have anything. Because if they don't want to go and get a police clearance, there's a high chance that there's something going on that you don't really know about. Okay, so you can have them get a police clearance, bring it back to you. You get a copy of it. You can have them keep the original. You get a copy of it, and that just shows that, okay, they don't have anything open, on their name, and you still run a background check, and you can still use a drug testing. Now, a lot of times people ask me, how do I drug test? There's two different ways that I like to drug test. I have a drug test kit that I like to use, and I also have a laboratory that we send the employees to. Okay, it's within my city. Okay, and you send the employee to that laboratory, and what happens is all of the results come back to you from that laboratory once they get tested. Okay, so that's a way that you can do it. You can, again, they got drug testing kits. You can kind of look them up online. I won't say specifically the one that I use, but all you have to do is type in, on Google, drug testing kits. Okay, and you can actually order them online in bundles, or however you want to do it, and have them ready, so that way you can drug test your employee. You can do it right then and there, right on the spot. You can get the results right there on the spot. Okay, so you don't have to ship it out to a lab or anything like that. And that's the cheapest way I would tell you to go. If you get those individual kits where you can test your employees. But otherwise, I think, like I say, being personable, keeping the door open, making sure your employee know that you have no problem with him or her calling. That's a way that you're going to be able to keep them initially. Now, the way I'm able to keep employees now is I offer incentives. I give profit sharing bonus, like at the end of the year, or I give away, like, gifts, tickets to the basketball game, to a movie pass, you know, like a gift card, or you can pay them more money. You can never go wrong with paying them more money. So this is for my people that's already been doing this business for a little time, and they build up a nice little revenue pool, and they're looking to hire someone. This will be the best way that you could do it. Okay, you hire someone to come in and train them very thoroughly, and let them know that there's room for to jump up in the company. Okay, there's room to come up. You know, they don't always have to be an employee, because if you train them very, very well, and then they do an exceptional job, that might be a person that you want to turn into a field supervisor or something like that. That goes and check on your accounts and check on your employees. That way, that'll free up a lot of time that you don't have to do it, and you can work on the administration part, the marketing part, the picking up more contract parts. Okay, so you have to once again, like I always tell people, it's either you're going to spend money in the very beginning, right? Whether you're going to get employees or whatever the case is, right? Or you're going to have to put in sweat equity yourself. Okay, so if you're not willing to put that sweat equity in, it's going to be kind of hard for your business to really take off to the capacity that you would like it to take off, because it's an ongoing process, especially in the very, very beginning. You know, I was talking to a few people on my Facebook page that starting up, you know, residential service and commercial business, and I tell them it's going to take work. It's gonna take work. It's a lot of money that could be made in it, but it's very, especially right now, it's very aggressive out here. So, seeing the fact that it is aggressive, you have to be very strategic. You have to have a different edge about yourself to make them want to give you a shot, to make them want to give you a try. Okay, because this is a commercial cleaning company starting up every single day, and you don't know who needs you right now until you just walk into these buildings, until you pick up the phones and call. Okay, until you leverage your marketing. Okay, from your flyers and different things like that. That just helps you get visibility. Flyers don't close anything. A lot of people ask me, you know, about flyers. To me, that just help you get visibility. That just help you to be an acknowledgement in the marketplace, right? And letting people know that you exist. So overall, I think you just have to put in a lot of man hours. You have to be strategic. You have to be willing to go the extra mile in the very beginning. You will also be taking a hit in the beginning because you don't have that background. You don't have that, you know, that brand recognition, if you will, where people just recognize you for what you do. So in the very beginning, you're going to take a small hit, right? Which means you're going to a lot of times come in on a low end of the spectrum just to get accounts in the very beginning. Okay, that's what I had to do because in the beginning I didn't know no better, so I came in a lot lower on the end in terms of what my bid was, or what, you know, my proposal was for, or what my estimate was for. But I still got those accounts, and I made it work, and I was able to build upon that. I'm gonna tell you right now, and just not all businesses, but you won't see a profit right away. And a lot of the money that's going to come in, you're going to take that money, at least for the first 6 months to a year. You're going to take that and you're going to reinvest that back into something, back into your business, back into a whole marketing program, a whole marketing situation. Because without marketing, without you having marketing down to a science, or at least to your understanding, you're not really going to make a whole hell of a lot of money with this commercial cleaning stuff, y'all. So I just want y'all to be aware that that it's going to take sweat equity. It's going to take a little money, but with the money that you make, you go ahead and reinvest that back in. There's no right or wrong way to run this business, okay? You want to look as professional as possible, and I tell people that all the time. At first, I was one to say, don't worry about, you know, looking a certain way, but as time grew on, you want to have that professional image going. You want to have that professional. You want to have that look to yourself where you look trustworthy, where people would take a gamble with you, even not knowing what your service is capable of doing. Okay, so I did want to just hop on this live. Like I say, this was really about Dayport. I won't take a whole lot of you guys' time, but it is a lot of money to be made in Dayporter. You want to have a staff ready to go, because a lot of your Dayporter accounts, again, you're probably going to need multiple people. It's just kind of facts, right? Going to need multiple people, so you want to put people in there that you can trust. You will background check them. You will, if need be, or if you decide to do this, you will have them go through the police clearance and get a police clearance, and you will drug test them. Okay, again, you can either set something up with a lab where they can go to the lab and get tested, or you can buy your own individual kits in terms of you can order them online and have your own individual kits where you can kind of do it right there on the spot. Okay, so I'm Fabio Hart. The only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. If you guys have any further questions, you can always email me at bookfabiohart@gmail.com. That's bookfabiohart@gmail.com. BOOKFABIOHART@gmail.com. Take care.